everybody, Brian LeGroux here. It's exciting to be here back in episode 19 on digital business development. Episode 19 already. Can you imagine the 21-day challenge? And we're already in episode 19. So I'm really stoked to talk to you today about the homepage ATM secrets. So if you ever wondered how to turn your own website into what I call a perpetual sales machine, this session is going to give you some great insights. And so without further ado, let's just dive right into it. I hope you guys are as excited as I am, because I love this. I love the fact that when I turn on my phone early in the morning and just check that I actually have dollars in the account without me really having to done anything other than setting things up in the back end and then just seeing how I can help people all around the world. Great. Now, first things first. I want to warn you, and I want to also give you an idea in terms of what I think people are doing wrong with their website, with their homepage. First things first is that they will have, let's say, somewhere send us a quote, something like that, or sign up for our newsletter, number 2 here, or 3, call us now, and all these sort of what they call call to actions, C to Ace, call to actions. Now that's all nice and good. And it's good to somehow start making people do certain actions that you want them to do. But let me just say where the fine print exists. If, for example, you've got send us a quote as an option on your website, I think the challenge is that you are really allowing people to put you what I call into the sausage machine. They put everybody in there that they are, considering being a provider, and then they just churn through it. And everything goes in there, and it all becomes a one-size type of sausage at the end of the machine. Now, you don't want to be there, because that's where you get screwed on price, that's where your margins get eroded, and that's where you actually are giving up control over the sales process. So don't even go there. One thing that I rather would recommend is that you get yourself outside that equation, and where you're actually allowing them to first put information in of them, and then you jump on a call to provide them a quote that is more suitable. So it's like finessing the idea of quotes, but you don't want to be sitting on the receiver's end, have somebody put out a quote, and you just then sending an email with a quote attached. That's when you're in the sausage machine. And you might have already noticed that the conversions, or the number of people that go in terms of requests for quotes, and the amount that convert are really out of sync in a way. And if that is the case, it just shows you that what you're doing is not working for you. The next one then is newsletters. Now, let's just be honest. Who really wants a newsletter as such? Very rarely ever would you want such a thing like that, because we get swarmed by emails. So it's not really a good idea to go there. And the next one, call us now. I think where people really go wrong is that they have people sitting on the other side of the phone, and they are not trained to have conversations with people that allow people to open up and then guide them along the way so that they find something that it is that they want, and then feel comfortable about saying yes to you over the phone and buy it. That requires salesmanship. That requires good practice. That requires scripts and processes that are designed to convert on the other end. And once again, why would you be in business? Why would you have a website if it doesn't convert, if it doesn't make you money, if it doesn't help you to make dollars? Then obviously things are wrong. So anyway, I wanted to say, let's just forget about this stuff for a while and see what the homepage ATM is designed to do. So imagine that you go to an ATM in the street and you put in your card, you type in the code, and then the system just says, how much would you like to receive today? Now, obviously, there's only going to be so much money coming out as you put money in the account, first of all. But what if now you would be able to walk to an ATM and it keeps giving you money regardless of what you saved up, because it just keeps producing money behind the scenes. That is what a great homepage is designed to do. So let me just now walk you through the three secrets in terms of how you can turn your own homepage into a homepage ATM, right? First things first is, let me have a look. It needs to really grow your list. Grow your list. What do I mean by that? In previous episodes, I touched on the idea that the money is in the data. The data is really where you have lots of people that kind of shared their contact details with you in return for something else. Now, I'm going to touch on those something else in just a moment. I've got 10 ways for you to actually exchange and kind of ethically bribe or incentivize people to exchange information with you in return for their information. So list building or growing your list is critical because the money is in the data. The more people you've got on your list, the more people you've got subscribed or that came along, the more money you will make, because it's statistically proven that for every one person on your list, you will see that you will make X amount of dollars every month. And it's just a mathematical equation. Every list has got a number attached to it based on the number of people that are in it. And the dollar figure is exactly the one that you are trying to ascertain right now. So I highly recommend you see, with the number of people you got on it and the amount of money you're making online, how much that number is for you right now. And then measure, based on what I'm teaching you, how that number will increase as well over time. Now, so growing the list is the first thing. How do you do it? How do you incentivize people to swap what they have, which they really find important, which is their data, to change it in return for something else that you will provide it? The first one is, for example, an ebook. Some of you guys have already, opted in for my ebooks and whatever. That's one way of doing it, giving an ebook. So you create something of value that people find more valuable than, their name and email address. That is an ebook. The next one could be let's have a quick look, sneak peek, a free trial. A free trial. Let's just say that you got products, and let's just say that you got chocolates, like pralines, or you've got supplements, or anything like that. What you do is you say, look, if you subscribe now, I'll give you a free shipment. So, free trial. Or, if you got a membership, you get 1 month for free. Or you got a software platform, you give 14 days for free as a trial. A free trial really works well. The next one then is that you also can do a mini course. If you're in the space like me in education, and you're showing people how to actually do something, in my case, of course, growing a business, making more money, and being more productive on a personal level. Mini courses, that could be one other way that you say, look, give me your details and I'll give you access to my mini course, right? Next one is where you also would do an app. If you've got an app, we know it, every time when we've got an app, most of the time they do ask to create your account, right? And you might have either a free app or a free trial. That will start ticking along after the first 30 days or whatever. So an app is another one. The next one then is a checklist. So let's just say that you've been very successful in a certain field and you put a checklist together that just helps you to get the success and that other people could become successful with if only they were to follow the checklist, right? You could do that. The next one then, number 6, would be an assessment of some kind. See, I've noticed, for example, on my website, is that quite a few people, whenever I provided an opportunity for them to measure something about themselves and find something out about themselves, like, for example, how emotionally intelligent are you? How much emotional detoxing could you do? These sort of things. It's also called a test. People have different names for it. But an assessment, quite a few people like this sort of stuff, especially if it then produces a report of some kind at the end that gives them an idea how they actually are positioned compared to other people. Next one, number 7, is a special report. A special report. You might have done quite a bit of research and have discovered certain facts and data that other people would want access to. And so these insights you could kind of trade again for their contact details. The next one then would be a webinar, especially a live webinar. Live webinars, especially right now, are doing really well if you know how to do them, because everything, the devil is in the detail. You can't just do a webinar and expect that kind of your business will grow just because you're doing a webinar. It's really how you do the webinar, how you set it up, how you campaign it, and so on, which is all the things that I teach as well. Number 9 then is an event. How often have you noticed that there was a freebie offered for you to attend a free event, and then if you rocked up and you got value, and then at the end they made you an offer and that's how these people were making their money. That's how they were growing their business. But they always started with first capturing your information, right? So with free events, obviously this time it's a bit more difficult. Last but not least, template. Let's just say that you have a way to be really successful with a template, like for example, a funnel. Right now, multiple people are giving their best funnels away for you so that you can use their success template and then make it your own. Kind of change it to have your information in it, but still using a success template. So templates are pretty good too, pretty powerful. So these are pretty much, it might by the way also be a website template, right? Quite a few people, you can buy a template of a certain kind that looks nice, it's nicely designed, it's got the right features. Well, guess what? You pay for those templates. Now you could give away a template in exchange for information. That's success secret number one. You grow your database, you grow your list, but then you obviously need to honor your word and do even more than what you said you would, which means you need to give. It's about giving. We live in a freemium world where people want to start free, build a relationship, see what you got, get some traction with it, get some value, benefit from what you've got, and then sometime down the track, if they see that what you're doing, that you are looking after them, and then you make them an offer that is really good and that would add even more value to them, then they will be happy and exchange dollars now this time around. So giving is really where the secret number 2 comes in. Now there's 2 different ways of giving that I'd like to touch on with you. The first one is that you campaign. I've touched on this one already a few times, but you see just the sheer fact that I'm repeating this and rehashing it all the time is that if there's no campaigns, there's no dollars, there's no business being done. But if you do campaign, there's 2 ways within that one that are important. One is called a broadcast. Broadcast means that you are actually sitting behind your computer, you're writing up an email, and you send that email at a time either that day or a little bit later, you pre-schedule it, but it's almost live. It's pretty much, almost at the time when you write it, soon after you will release it. So you can actually really be very specific in terms of mentioning things from the news that are accurate and relevant right now. So that's a broadcast. It's almost live. The next one is a sequence. The sequence is where, The sequence is where you're using a series of emails. Those emails are pre-written well in advance, and you might have written them 2 years ago, and as soon as people kind of start the journey online with you, then the entire sequence gets triggered, whereby email 1 gets sent out pretty much soon after people registered, and it's got something in it for them. The next one will go out 2 days later, 3 days later, 5 days later, 7 days later, 10 days later, and you got this sequence. This is completely autopilot. This is pretty much you still manually doing it there and then. This was campaigning, but the next one is really crucial to make sure that you're giving, and that one is about activating. I need to see now how I write that actually, that word, because I forgot. Activate, right. Yeah, talking about dyslexia here for you. So activate. It's super critical that, it's not just having a list with, the email addresses and names of people on it, because that can be a very passive list. A passive list won't really help you grow your business. But an active list, that's where the dollars lie. That's where you can grow your business and scale it. So a few ways here on how to activate people is through Facebook comments. So if your website right now or your funnels are not really giving people opportunities to actually make comments on the various pieces that you put out there, you're missing a huge opportunity, right? Facebook comments or any social media comments for that matter, right? The next one is joining a group. You might have a group on Facebook, for example, private, that allows people to post things in a private session with like-minded people, only have access to it. That would be another great way to keep people active and involved in something. You might also give away prizes. Incentivize people to really get active and reward them for being that, and that is not a great way. The next one would be, let me have a quick look, subscribe. You help them subscribe to other channels of yours. So you help them subscribe to your Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever. You know, you just name it on there, subscribe to other things. And again, that they can become active there as well. You ask them to write reviews. Reviews, you know, on, you know, the freebies here that they've already experienced, the fact that, you know, how they loved their mini course, you know, how they went with the free trial, you know, reviewing the book that you released to them, anything like that. The next one is that you do a challenge. You do a challenge. This one, for example, episode 19, out of the 21-day challenge around digital business development, is a challenge. Guess what? It gets people actively involved. It's activating. The next one is you can also submit video testimonials, or at least ask people to submit video testimonials for the benefit that they have received from working with you or doing business with your business, right? So all this is activating. So this works for both people that have had free stuff as well as people that have paid stuff of yours, right? Now let's move over to step number 3, or secret 3 is about after you've grown your list and you've given a lot and you keep giving, you never stop, right? I think it was Tom Hopkins who had a beautiful saying that we give to receive so we can give even more. And I love that statement. It's about giving. You keep giving, right? That's how you build good karma, and that's how you build relationships, that's how you make a difference, and that's how you get paid. Next one, and the paying then helps you to grow and scale so that you can give even more to more people, and that's the idea. The last one then is about making money. Guys, seriously, if your website is not making money, what is it there for? What purpose does it serve? Just to inform people? Of course not. You want to be the one that actually makes money. You need to transact dollars with your website. Only then you got a good website, and therefore you need to make offers. Without offers, without campaigns, you know, offers and campaigns, there is no business, guys. And I think it's really as clear-cut as it is. The next one then, in terms of making money, how you would do it, I'd say, if I make it really relevant to the present situation where we are facing coronavirus and all the draconian consequences of it, I think there's pretty much 2 different ways to focus on right now in the digital business development arena to scale and turn your website into a homepage ATM. One is where you start small and you build from there. You build from there. The next one is where you actually pre-qualify, and you offer high-ticket items. Yeah? So you pre-qualify and offer high-ticket items. Now, the way that you would differentiate between which one of these areas is right now best to pursue, I'd suggest that start small and build from there. Actually, let me just first, before I say that again, let me give you an idea on how that might look like. Let's just say, again, we're talking about a website. So on your website, if you can start anywhere between, let's say, from $1 to $15, that's pretty much where your start would be. Probably that's a really good start there. You might then also offer a second offer, which might be up to $49. Then from there, you would give another offer, which would be $2.97, for example. And again, the numbers really, they're not that specific. There's some flexibility in it, but they work. And the last one might be, for example, a $97 thing. So here is where you got a sequence of offers. We talked about sequences here before, where you actually are offering a sequence on your website within a closed environment that you can control, which we call funnels. And it allows one person that wanted just this here to upgrade with this, this, and that as well. So your average cart value increases. It's like, would you like fries with that at McDonald's, or in Amazon speak, you know, other readers that bought this book also bought this one or these ones. And so it's the idea for people to put more into the trolley. At the cash register, you got a whole lot of stuff, lots of candy, perhaps a drink or so, a key hanger, and all these small items. But every single one that you put into your cart or a trolley just adds up to more profit and dollars in the bank for the company that is using this technique. So you can do this too. This is where you start small and you build from there. Exceptionally good for products. So if you have products, whether they are digital or physical, you're talking, books, DVDs, CDs, supplements, whatever else, homeware, crockery, I don't know. Products, this is really a great way to use this sort of approach. Last but not least, if you pre-qualify and you offer your high-ticket items, this is probably more starting from, let's say, your $1,997 and upwards. It could be all the way to 100 grand and even more. If you are in this sort of space, we're talking more about either high-ticket items in terms of products or services. So if you are an agency, a consulting business, a trainer, a speaker, a coach, and these sort of services, you would find that it really works well if you do these two type of ways. This is how you will make money with your website, right? And the way that you do this is either through a webinar or over the phone. You pre-qualify people on the webinar or through a survey and then on the phone. That's pretty much how you do that, and then you convert it. Again, it's not just about doing it, it's about doing it well and having the right systems and processes. Now, guys, I would love to hear so far from touching on these 3 homepage ATM secrets, which ones you really resonate with and that you want to implement right away. Let me know in the comment section below. Also, tomorrow, I'm going to touch upon a really, really critical thing for you to master and get right in terms of your digital business development, and that is irresistible offers. So tomorrow, same time, 12:15 p.m. Adelaide time, we'll be touching on how to create offers that really are compelling for people to take up, so that you actually are making money with your website, that you are making money online. And how good is it when you just can wake up in the morning, check out your phone and see that money is in the bank while you were sleeping? That is really cool. Anyway, also want to let you know, guys, it's time to wrap up now. Appreciate you guys joining me here again today. If you haven't downloaded your free booklet yet that goes complimentary with this series for the 21-day Facebook Live Challenge, highly recommend you to do it now so that you actually can take notes on those and even revisit past episodes. Also, I want to again remind you of the webinar that is coming of mine. It is coming very soon. I'll disclose more information in next sessions. But I look forward again to seeing you again tomorrow, 12:15 p.m. Adelaide time, talking about irresistible offers. I wish you a great day ahead. And again, let me know in the comment sections what has been of help today. Appreciate it. See you. Bye-bye.